Woo! I don't know. I can ask Ric Flair probably. Oh me, oh my.
Questions? Obviously, Connor was still effective. What makes him such a tough?
Well, you know, he's as I told you in the press conference the other day, just the utmost respect. I mean, he's playing with a new lease on life. I mean, playing hard. He's always had, but I just, you know, the guy, and they did a nice job of seeing what we were doing and how we were trying to take away their jet sweep and then kind of countering, running back away from. We were trying to fold a backside safety to get a little help in case things cut back, and they end up starting attacking us, you know, to where we're leaving a guy and getting a hat on a hat, and we need to come off some blocks and make some plays, and we didn't. But he's a dynamic football player. You know, I'm really proud of our kids. We knew it was going to be a 60-minute fist fight, and it was. And we made some plays. They made some plays. I thought the key plays were, you know, there in the middle of the third quarter. We had back-to-back, you know, third down stops, which that was frustrating from our end of it a couple times there early. But we had a couple big stops, and we turned those into points offensively. And in the end of the day, that was the enough to win the football game. But I thought their quarterback played, you know, one of his best football games, and he's a competitor. I thought going into the game that he was a solid kid, an underrated kid for their football team. I still feel like, you know, we couldn't get the pressure I wanted with our guys. I was concerned about bringing a little bit blitz pressure with what they were doing. But, you know, my hat's off to our guys. I mean, you know, we're playing, Vinny Mahota's playing one-armed, Kenny Canham's playing one-armed, but those guys were fighting to the end, and I couldn't be more proud of a group. And we knew it was going to be a dogfight and a fist fight, and it was. And but in the end, we made enough plays on both sides of the ball to win the football game.
Had Pitt showed anything like a tackle around?
Never. I mean, you know, you think about what they did. I mean, you know, reverse, you know, reverse pass, a little throwback to the quarterback. You know, yeah, and that tackle, they threw a screen pass to that tackle for a touchdown. I can't remember if it was Penn State or Georgia Tech. They all kind of run together right now. But big athletic kid, you know, he's their next star in my opinion. But we saw it all, but our kids hung in there. And there's going to be some games like this. And you know, Coach Fuente told me when he offered me the job that I wouldn't have to play perfect defense all the time, and tonight was one of those nights, you know, and thank goodness for good things that happened. But yeah, like I said, I just real happy for our seniors. You know, those guys have been through a lot. They came here to win championships. It hasn't gone that way for them, but they have not given in, and I couldn't be more proud of the leadership they're giving us right now.
You were a part of some of the losses, obviously, up here and all that. How good does it feel for you to kind of end that and put that behind?
Yeah, I mean, this is the first one we've won here. We won up at the other place, up on the hill. But you know, I thought Vance Weiss did a great job talking to the team today, and he talked about this team, you know, has not lost at Heinz Field. This team, you know, and every year is a new team, and the kids took that to heart. And I like their approach. We were ready to play. Pitt was ready to play. And it was, you know, it was two big time prize fighters, so to speak, going toe to toe, and you know, luckily we threw enough right punches to make it happen in the end. So.
But apologies if you've talked about this already, but the difference between the first quarter and the second quarter in terms of Pitt gaining, I think it was 12 yards offense in the first quarter to like 169 in the second.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there was a couple plays they hit us on, you know, a post. We were in man coverage. I brought a little pressure. And then it was my fault on the call before halftime. I was actually in a Tampa 2 coverage. I knew they were going to throw it, but they got into trips and ran a hard play fake, and it kind of sucked our mic up just a little bit. And we had a plan to go in. It could go either with a Tampa 2 on that or a man free, and I chose to go. One of the few mistakes I make. You know, it was my fault, you know, and I told the kids that, and, you know, we'll move on. And they had a great call. It was that part of the chess match that they made the right move, and I didn't. And but, you know, luckily it didn't cost us a game.
On the interception, did the Pitt kid just not finish a route?
Yeah, I'm not for sure. I thought Mook really did a nice job of cutting underneath right there. We were playing man free at that particular time, and the ball fluttered a little bit. I thought the wind was really a factor early in the first quarter. First 2 quarters in particular. I thought the wind was a factor in some throws, and but now it was just Mook made a nice coverage, nice break on the ball and kind of cut in there. And I don't know if the receiver, if he didn't cut his short route short, or but Mook made a nice break.
You've been a part of a number of championship teams around here. Does this team have that feel?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to take it one at a time, and that's all we can do. And we've got a lot of big football games ahead. Duke, has been a kind of a thorn in our side a little bit, but that's because they do a great job, and we've got the utmost respect for Dave Cutcliffe and what he's done there, and the players that he's brought in there, and we're going to have to play a great football game on the road again, and that's the mark to me of a champion, how we can go play on the road. When we've been a championship team, we've won on the road, and we've got to be able to do that. And we've got to focus. We can't talk about championships, though. We've got to go 1-0 every week, and then we do that, and everything will take care of itself after that.